Bakugo makes his return. But to be fair, he's been on the channel like relatively recently, I think. Bakugo Katsuki. Quirk having a fine no, explosions. Quirk is explosions. That's the quirk. That's what we're going with. It's on the paper. It's what got him into UA. That's what we're going with. Alright, looks like we're fighting an All Might and a Toga. You know, that Cementos are going to be there in no time as well. I don't know what... that someone in that fort is not supposed to be there. Probably the Deku who's just decided to go do his own thing. This is a really bad idea I'm doing. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. Nah, whatever. That probably went about as worse as it possibly could go for us. So all in all, great start to the video. And then ironically, I'm about to take the contents of this box, which I absolutely did not earn or deserve in any way. Wow, I really only got one level up card out of that whole thing. I thought I was about to be swimming in levels up. Looking like I just hacked an RPG game. I was looking at those kind of levels up, but no, the opposite. Let's try and sneak up on this dude. Whoa, 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 whoa. Someone was excited to be involved. There goes my platform. Gotcha. Okay, look. The alpha accuracy hasn't quite stuck to me today yet. For Bakugo. Still making our way there. But we got the gamma accuracy. That was nice. Oh, that was a nice, like, how do you even explain it? Like jetpack-esque. Doesn't end yet for you, buddy. Oh, this mhur gonna try to do some kitty pride on us. Oh my gosh. Not good. Ooh, that was a nice swing around, like, yeah, touch me. We'll see. We'll see about that, boy. Don't get any funny ideas. No, I'm jumping over things. There we go. You don't want to leave that lying around. Someone's gonna start leveling up. I'm not leveling up. Bringing their people back to life. You're mine. Clone Katsuki. What, you think you deserve some of that? Oh, what's going on there? Feel like someone tried to piece me up. Oh, we got action over here on the flank. Finish that off for you, don't worry. It's not like the old days where that still was their KO. Which way are you going? This way? Nah. Wait, where did you go exactly? Hate ninja fuckers like that. They just vanish. She's not looking good right now. We meet again, All Might. Did you really want to take my attention like that when you're on red health only? I swear, this damage reduction is saving his life. Who put that truck there? No, he's up that way! How could you nerf Bakugo's alpha hitbox and at the same time nerf his damage reduction through walls? I swear they got some real haters doing the Bakugo balance. I'm telling you this. They got some real haters. Sorry, Deku, we couldn't quite help you out there. You lucky boy. What? What are we talking about here? Does this thing even work? Those should have been hits. Those should have been going straight through. Armor piercing to the max. Oh, look at this. I'm getting hit by these. Frills for frills fucking traps. Guess one of us better get that. Of course he's gonna get me killed. Right, that should not make him want to come back here. What? Are you okay, Deku? I swear to God, this guy is gonna put me in a mental home. What are you standing there healing for? Are you asking to get killed? Oh my goodness. Oh, I was the last dude you probably wanted to see, All Might. I'll tell you that for free. I was the last dude you wanted to run into. Nice to meet you. Okay, I'm gonna need to have a word with this Bakugo because he is not letting it go. If my aim's been off this game, fighting a guy like this is not gonna do me any favors. Oh my goodness, this dude is on drugs. Performance enhancing drugs. Come back to us, Deku. with Bakugo's alpha hitbox, this is actually a nightmare. Shoutouts to that guy. He fought to the... no way is that Deku gonna finish him. Shoutouts to that Bakugo. He fought to the bitter end. He fought to the bitter end. Yeah, with Strike Bakugo's alpha hitbox, some characters are just... ugh. Gross to go against. Gross. But yeah, shoutouts to that guy. He done very well. And second match of the video. This is a match from a while ago. I just threw it on for you guys to have something to watch while I tell you a quick story, because I know in the comments some of you guys have been asking for more stories from the past, you know, whether it be work, school, or anything like that. So I can't promise I'm always going to give you stories, but when I think of some that I remember, or I think, you know, are a good time to tell them, I'll try and include them where I can. So this story took place in 2006. It's when I was in year 7 or year 8, so I would have been about 10 or 11 years old. And at this time, two of my best friends, let's call them Rai and Jay, two of my best friends, like, they both liked me. I was both one of their best friends. But they hated each other. So whenever we would hang out, they'd be hanging out with me because I am their good friend. But they would simultaneously hate being in the company of the other guy. So whenever we were walking back from school, I'd be walking back with, you know, with Riot and Jay. They'd be talking to me, but like one at a time because they hated each other. And if they ever would speak, it would most likely be them taking digs at each other or insulting each other or just generally not saying anything nice to one another that you would expect from, you know, 10 or 11-year-olds who hate one another. So that was Ryan J. And again, I just want to clarify, this is 2006. So, you know, something that you're going to hear later on in the video, like in the way it's used, is going to be like, you know, it's going to be very 2006. That's all I'm going to say. So, on this particular day, we was walking home after a day of school. And we stopped by the chicken and chip shop. Me and Rai, we didn't buy anything. But Jay, he bought some chips, like a bag of chips, or as you might say in the States, he bought some fries. But it comes in like a bag. And like I said, these guys were always at each other's throats, always arguing, always like nearly fighting one another. These guys really did not like one another. But, you know, we all lived kind of close to each other. And we all, you know, were like friends in like that sort of sense where it was just like convenient. So that's why, even though they both hated each other and they both liked me, that's why they still hung out with me, even despite hating each other, because we all lived kind of close by. We all went to the same school, you know, we saw each other a lot. So even though those two hated each other, they could, you know, stomach each other enough to be in the same presence as one another. And yeah, on on this particular day, so we're walking back home, and we're, you know, a block or two away from where we live. Like we all live, because we all live like within 4 or 5 minutes walk of each other or less. At this point in time, anyway, 2006. So as we're walking home, near where we live, there's another school, and that school is a rough school. Like, it's known for people who aren't, you know, academically great, a lot of troublemakers, people who think, you know, they're tough guys, who think they're gangsters, who, you know, just not good kids at the time. Not good kids. People thought the school that we went to was a rough school, but it was kind of rough compared to the, you know, the tidier schools. But this school was a real rough school. Like, these were real rough guys. You know, people, you know, not to put it in a mean way, but these were the people with no futures, man. These were the guys who you wouldn't trust to get anything going properly in their life that didn't involve something shady. Like, that's the kind of students that were at this school. So as we're walking back home down one of them streets, I got Rai to my left, and I got Jay to my right. Jay's holding his bag of chips that he's bought, eating them slowly. And as I'm walking in the middle between them, they're arguing across me. So these guys, again, back at each other's necks, you know, arguing about something. What? I couldn't tell you. It was 2006. No way I'd remember. But these two guys, on this particular day, they really were not getting along. Really were not getting along. And I'm just walking. I'm not really paying much attention. You know, I'm hearing the bickering from the left, then the bickering from the right, and then it's going back and forth. But then all of a sudden, Rai. Now, Rai was probably the dumber out of the two. Like, he was the rowdy one, the more likely to get heated, you know. Whereas Jay was a bit more smoother, a bit more silkier with how he done stuff. So then Rai, again, like I just said, not the smartest of the two. Because all of a sudden, he goes, "Hey, you guys!" And I haven't been paying attention to this whole argument. But now for the first time, I'm thinking, what is he doing? Because as he said that, he's raised his arm and waved over to someone behind him. Well, behind us. So I turn around. And as I turn around, I think, fuck. There's like 9 or 10 of these kids from that other school, all in a group, all looking like bad news. Like, you can tell these guys, you know, one-on-one, I'd probably take any of them in my own opinion. But like I said, there's 10 of them, there was 3 of us, and these kids are mostly bad news or looking to be a part of bad news if you give them a good reason. Probably older than us too, because again, we was only like 10 or 11. So as I've turned around, I've seen them, and now all of those guys' heads have turned to our direction. They've all, you know, paid attention to this call out by Rai. You know, you can see their necks, you know, like swiveling, their heads like perking up. They're like, what's happening here then? What are we being addressed by? And then Rai, like I said, 2006, boys and girls, 2006. Rai shouts out, "This guy right here," and then he pointed at Jay. "This guy right here said that all of you lot look gay." And I thought, for fuck's sake, what have you done? Now, I have slowly turned around and faced forwards. Because I know whatever he's just done has already set something in motion that cannot be stopped now. And Jay turned around with his chips and he's like, "No, I didn't." By this point, it was over. It was over by this point. So, within 3 seconds, Rai and Jay both took off They both started sprinting as quickly as they could. I saw fear flash in their eyes. They started running. No, not, hey Set, you might want to run, or no, grab my shoulder, run. Nothing like that. They didn't even signal me or nothing. They just ran. And these guys that they addressed were halfway up the street when they first called them. Again, it only took a few seconds. I was hearing a ruckus of footsteps running from behind my direction toward my direction. Now, this may have been one of the smartest things I ever did in my life, because I did not run. I just, at the very same pace that I was always walking throughout that entire ordeal, I just kept on walking the same way. Right? Sprinted off ahead. Jay sprinted off ahead. I've just kept on walking. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna get kicked in the back of the head right now. I don't know if I'm gonna get tackled by like 3 people. I don't know if someone's gonna run past me and hit me with an RKO. I don't know what's coming towards me. We'll go on to the next video. Next match. Alright, continuing the story. Where was I? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I did not know what was in store for me. Then, boom, all I see, straight past me, one guy. Bang, then another, then another, then another. This wave of, you know, kids that probably looked maybe 1, 2, maybe even 3 years older than us. This wave of kids, I said like 9 or 10 of them, just all sprinted past me. It's like, you know in them zombie movies where one guy is, what's the word? Like immune. Yeah, when one guy is immune and all the zombies are running past one guy to chase everyone else, and the guy's just stood there in the middle. That's what it was like. I was just walking slowly and all of these guys ran right past me as if I wasn't even there. I think they just knew that because I didn't run and because I didn't say anything between Rai and Jay, like when they caught their attention, I was absolved of the situation. I was absolved. Don't get me wrong, if they grabbed onto me, I would have fought. I've never been a coward. I've never been a person that takes anything from anyone, but I don't start fights for no reason either. So if they got onto me and they grabbed me and then I'd have lost. I'm not going to tell you I would have won. There was like 10 of them. But if they grabbed onto me, I would have fought back. But I didn't have to because they all just ran right past me. And they kept on chasing the other guys. Rai and Jay. And it's funny because a few dozen seconds after I get up the road a bit further, they caught Rai. There he is, surrounded by like 5 or 6 of these guys, and they're all gripping him, holding him by his collar and everything, and he's just like looking around, you know, like he's hostage or something. And they're all looking at him and they're all questioning him like, what was you saying? What did your friend say about us? Oh, you said it too, blah, blah, blah. And then one of them goes, oh, how did he say it? He goes, oh, how did he say it? That was, he goes, what? This is as I'm walking up to him now. He goes, why weren't you he goes, why were you a pussy, unlike your friend? And I was the friend, so he's referring to me. So he's like, yeah, why did you start running if you didn't say anything? Like your friend here, who we didn't touch. Who, you know, he didn't say anything, so he didn't run, so we didn't touch him. And Ryan was like, no, I didn't say anything. I just ran because you guys started running, and I was scared that you're gonna lump me in with him. Now, obviously, Jay never said that to begin with in the first place. Ryan made it up completely. So he tried to get him in trouble with this group of, you know, 10 guys. But he was the one that got caught because Jay was a fast runner. Like, Jay was a fast guy. So now I'm walking up to Rai. He's caught. But it doesn't look like they're going to beat him up. It looks like they're just scaring him, you know, just letting him know you messed up and we could destroy you right now, but we're not gonna. So I just said nothing. I just kept on moving. I wasn't a big guy. I was probably at this point in my life, I was probably like 5'3" or something. I wasn't a big guy, you know. So I was kind of like, this is of your own do. This is of your own doing. Like you nearly got us all beaten up, but you're the one that's being handled right now. But again, they wasn't gonna hit him. You could just tell. so they hold on to it for a bit more, and I just walk away. I just keep going because again, in my mind, you nearly got me beaten to a pulp for no reason. So I'm like, you are gonna face what you had to face with those guys. And then as I'm walking up further, I just see in a bush, I just see Jay's bag of chips in a bush as I'm walking by, like still lathered with the tomato ketchup that he was eating them with. But they didn't catch him. Like, to cut along the story, I saw Jay later on, and I said, "Oh, those guys didn't catch you earlier, did they?" And he went, "Nah." And I said, I said, "Why were your chips in a bush?" Why were your chips in a bush? Because when I was walking, I saw them there. And he goes, when I was running away from them, I thought I could slow them down if I chucked my bag of chips at them. So as I was running, I threw them backwards. And they landed in the bush. I don't think they hit any of the people chasing him. But it's so stupid that is hilarious. So stupid that is hilarious. Yeah, man, I have not thought about that story in such a long time. But yeah, that was it. You know, Jay didn't get caught. They let Rai go. He didn't get into trouble with them. Well, he got into trouble with them, but they didn't beat him up or anything. They just like shook him up a bit, you know, made him scared, and then let him go and said like, "Don't try that again." And they didn't touch me. They all ran past me. No hands were laid on me that day because I didn't do anything, and I moved like I didn't do anything. Now, don't get on another day with other people, maybe they still attack me anyway. But on that day, I was in the clear. I was safe. I was good. But yeah, funny time, funny story. Yeah, those two guys really did hate one another. And most of the time it wasn't too bad, but every now and then, like, freaking foolishness like that came out of it. That was probably the most extreme. No, actually, it wasn't even. Yeah, it was. It was the most dangerous, but not the most extreme. It was the most dangerous between those two, but not the most extreme. Yeah, I don't know if you want me to tell you about that one, I can, but you're just gonna have to let me know. See how many people like that story, this one, to begin with, and then we'll see from there. But yeah, there you have it. You guys were asking me for another story. There's a story. Hopefully you guys found that one quite interesting or funny or whatever it is you guys get out of it. I don't know, but yeah, it was funny to revisit that memory because it was such a stupidly thought of thing for him to do, right? Like, how could he not know that he was putting all three of us in harm's way by trying to get Jay in trouble by saying something like that? And again, we all know gay isn't an insult, but it was 2006. I'm sure you guys understand that. At that point in time, you know, lots of things were being thrown around as it at that point. So, yeah, much different from how it is today. Much different from how it is today. Alright, just in time, nearly. Looks to be wrapping up this game real shortly too. Yeah, there you have it. Another Bakugo video out of the way. One of the only times where that gamma worked to sheer perfection, from start to finish. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the video, the story, the whatever. Yeah, tell your friends about this channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for being here.